Your Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta, dear brother, His Excellency Shinzo Abe, Prime Minister of Japan, ladies and gentlemen, heads of states and governments, heads of delegations, Madam Chairperson of the African Union Commission, ladies and gentlemen, representatives of co-organizing institutions, ladies and gentlemen, honorable ministers, Your Excellencies, the ambassadors, representatives of international, regional, sub-regional organizations, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. At the end of our work, I would like to welcome the quality of our discussions that were rich, intense, that were characterized by joint commitment to strengthen further our partnership. The pertinence of the discussion that we have had, the quality of the different thematic sessions, and especially the adoption of the Nairobi Declaration and Nairobi Implementation Plan are tangible fruits of our renewed commitment to have an efficient and vibrant partnership for the development of Africa in line with African Union's development agenda and the United Nations. I would like to laud in this regard the availability of His Excellency Prime Minister Shinzo Abe to stand with us, to support us in a sustainable manner by taking into consideration our concerns, by mobilizing more private Japanese investment in key development areas. The priority areas that are captured in the document underscore structural transformation of our economies through diversification of the economy, industrialization, promotion of resilient health systems and social stability are going to ensure harmonious and sustainable growth. However, without effective implementation, a quick implementation of the commitments made, it will be difficult to meet the objectives that have been set out. In this regard, like we stated in our opening statements, we would like to underscore ownership and partnership, the need to have a joint monitoring mechanism and key indicators to take stock of the implementation of this project. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, I would like to thank you all for your valuable contributions and to express to you, Your Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, our gratitude for the seamless organization of TICAD 6. I would also like to thank, on your behalf, all the interpreters, the Secretariat, the press, all the technical and security persons who have ensured successful organization of this summit. I wish you all safe return to your countries. Thank you.
Bien, le dernier mot revient.
The last word is now incumbent on the host, Your Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta. You have the floor.
Chairman of the African Union, President Idris Deby of Chad, Prime Minister Shinzo Abe of Japan, Excellencies, Heads of State, distinguished partners, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this 6th TCAD Summit, and I, on behalf of all my colleagues and fellow heads of state, want to simply and sincerely thank all of Africa's partners and friends who are in attendance for contributing to a very spirited dialogue and productive exchange over the last 2 days. I also want to extend special thanks to Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, the people of Japan, and all the co-organizers of this event, including the African Union Commission, UNDP, the OSSA, and the World Bank Group, for their investment towards making this historic conference possible. I would also be amiss if I did not single out Ambassador Ben Oguto from Kenya, the Special Envoy to TCAD, and the Director General of the TCAD 6th Secretariat, and the entire team who worked tirelessly over the course of many months to deliver an exceptional summit. Their labor has not been in vain, and I think we can agree that the conference has been a success. Once again, a tremendous vote of thanks to each and every stakeholder who made this happen. And thank you to all of you, over 6,000 of you attending this conference. I think we all have a reason to be proud, not just of the valuable insights that we have shared, but crucially, of the tangible outcomes that we have agreed to. These, as has been said, are extensively outlined in the Nairobi Declaration, which we collectively adopted in the course of our meeting. The declaration provides a blueprint for our continued engagement as stakeholders in this continent over the next 3 years. It encompasses a wide range of issues, from infrastructure to energy, to health systems, food security, regional cooperation, and the participation of the private sector in meeting these objectives. It is specific, measurable, and actionable, and I am confident that through its implementation, the people of Africa can truly look forward to a brighter, more prosperous future for themselves and for their children. This declaration is not just another document, not just as this conference was not just another meeting. Indeed, through this engagement, we have been reminded of how far Africa has come, how quickly her fortunes have changed, and how drastically our world has evolved along in terms of its approach to the continent. Both our continent and our world have come so far from the era where decisions about Africa's future were made in distant hallways and boardrooms, in shadowy corners of the world that were unknown to most of Africa's citizens. Decisions made by amorphous institutions that made little sense to ordinary Africans. We have come so far from the time when solutions were prescribed without the input of Africa's people. Indeed, looking back to the very origins of our continent, we have come so very far from another conference that took place in Berlin just over a century ago, where the very existence of our nation states was arbitrarily authorized by ignorant powers who knew neither the plight, nor the needs, nor the wants or desires of African peoples. The synergistic spirit of this conference stands in such marked contrast to the sinister spirit of that one many, many years ago. And it is what gives me hope that all the outcomes we have agreed to at this meeting, together, through discussion, debate, negotiation, and dialogue, have every hope of not just being implemented, but of bringing about the kind of transformative change that we all long for on our continent. As we have heard, that change is already underway, and I believe that that change will come. And I want to particularly thank the government of Japan for believing in that change, for believing in the future of this continent, and for seeking actively to forge a shared future of prosperity with us rather than trying to do things for us, for seeking to be a partner to Africa rather than, to paraphrase my father, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, being a professional friend. A partnership, developing and building a partnership that is mutually beneficial. And I am confident that as the world continues to engage Africa in that spirit, the cooperation will benefit not just the people of Africa, but the citizens of the world at large, who will no doubt be improved by the technical, cultural innovation, and ideas of a truly liberated African people who have all the opportunities of the world open to them. Let us keep moving together to that day. We are closer to it now than we have ever been before. Once again, in conclusion, I want to thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of all the people of Kenya, and to say thank you all for coming and making this conference the success that it was. For those of you staying on, I hope you will enjoy the beauty of our country and the warm hospitality of our people. For those who are leaving, we wish you journey mercies in your travels and hope life brings us together again in the near future. I thank you, and once again, may God bless Africa, may God bless the strong partnership and cooperation between Africa and Japan. I thank you.